everyone, welcome to today's video. I was going through my cupboards and I found this Hershey's chocolate powder. I got the idea thinking maybe I can try and make like a peppermint chocolate swirl soap or something. I don't know how this is gonna work. I have no idea. This may have vanillin in it. If it does, my whole soap could turn entirely brown or black. We have no idea. This is chemistry, we're gonna wing it. So I've already got my green mica already mixed up, so it's a nice, beautiful consistency. It's nice and smooth. Got it mixed up with some olive oil. So this is going to be my green base color. I'm going to try and make some swirls with the chocolate. So I'm going to set this aside for right now. I've got my container ready for the chocolate. I've got my peppermint. I've already got my other ingredients already weighed out in grams. Putting on my safety protection because lye can melt your skin off, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and take my water and put that in my container. I'm going to go ahead and take my lye and always add your lye to your water and not your water to your lye, because it can explode and that is something you do not want to have. It's going to go ahead and mix this really good. We're going to let it cool off. As soon as that lye water is completely, or as soon as the lye is completely dissolved in the water and this clears up, we will go ahead and add it to our solid coconut oil and do a heat transfer method there, where the hot lye water melts the coconut oil. That way I don't have to wait for my lye water to get cool, and I don't have to melt my coconut oil and wait for it to get cool as well, because I hate waiting. I'm not that kind of a person, so I like the heat transfer method because of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this set aside. Make sure you are in a well ventilated area when you are mixing your lye water, because this will produce fumes and they are really, really nasty, so you don't want that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my little bit of olive oil. I found if I take it in a little squirt bottle like that, it just kind of helps me be able to better gauge how much oil I need, so I don't dump a whole container in there. I'm going to go ahead and add my cocoa powder. I think I might need just a little bit more olive oil. Now, while my lye water cools off, I'm just going to go ahead and mix this. I don't want to see any lumps or bumps in my oil, my colorant here. I want it to be a nice smooth paste. I like using glass for that because I can kind of see if there's lumps and kind of just smash those down. So everything is nice and smooth. Otherwise my soap will kind of speckle, and I don't want speckled soap. I want a chocolate mint swirled soap. So glass really does help be able to see all those bumps. I am going to need to add a little bit more olive oil because that's kind of thick. Add a couple squirts there. I'm hoping this is going to be enough. I like mixing enough of my colorant together beforehand, because once I add that lye water to my oils, this goes kind of fast. Coconut oil has lauric acid, also has some other fatty acids in it that make it a much harder oil, so it likes to trace fast and set up fast. So instead of waiting like a typical overnight for 24 hours, I have to unmold this soap within 4 hours. So it does accelerate very quickly, and essential oils can accelerate it even more. So this is going to be either a flop or a win. We don't know. This is chemistry. We'll see how it goes. I think I've got enough chocolate there. We'll give this a go. Looks like my lye water is clearing up. So alright, we're going to go ahead and set this all aside. I'm going to pray that that's enough chocolate. I don't think it is. Maybe I'll just use a little bit less for my chocolate swirl then. Okay, coconut oil. You want to make sure that you try and pour your lye solution over a spatula so it doesn't splash about, because you don't want to have lye water splash on you, because again, lye can melt your skin off, so safety precautions at all times when working with lye. But the thing is, even though the lye can burn you, you will feel it pretty quick. And you'll have time to wash it off and get it off your skin. Otherwise it can do some damage. But we do more dangerous things like driving a car, walking down the street. You never know. I mean, there's so many things out there that can kill you. So a little burn is, I think, a lot safer, especially if you have safety precautions. Burns you can prevent. Death, not quite so, not quite so easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let all that coconut oil melt, and that's kind of the heat transfer method there. I think I explained that already. That lye water is still pretty hot, so it's going to melt all of that coconut oil, get it to a smooth consistency, and then from there I will go ahead and add my milk. I like using this method where I'm splitting my water weight and put my other part of my water weight in milk. The water is designed to dissolve your lye, and once the soap starts to set up, all that water evaporates back out of your soap anyway. So I have just enough water to melt my lye, and then I use the rest of my water weight in milk separated, because the milk has sugars and fats in it, and when added directly to lye, this can actually turn like a caramel color, and you can actually burn your milk. And you don't want curdled milk in your soap, guys. It's just gross. So I add my lye, I add my lye to my water, not the other way around, because you don't want to have it explode. So that way I can keep my milk out and keep it as a liquid, and then I can add it to my soap batch, which I'll be getting ready to do here in a minute. And that way my milk doesn't burn. So that's another reason why I like splitting my water weight and use water to melt my lye, but then use the rest of my water weight in my milk to give it those extra properties without burning or scorching my milk. And that looks about ready. Try and smash that if I can. It's not wanting to go quite yet. That's okay. We'll just keep working it around. Looks like it's still melting, so maybe I should have chopped it up into littler pieces. That might have been a lot easier to melt that way. It's gonna go ahead and try and smash it some more. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. Alright, so adding my milk. Still gonna mix by hand because coconut oil accelerates very, very quickly. And I'm getting a rice. It's where you have like little chunks in there. I don't know if you can see that. So I don't want to have that in my soap because that ricing is a false trace, and it's where the oils and the lye water solution are separating. So even though it's looking thicker, it's not at a trace. I want to be able to have it fully mixed to where it's not making those separations there. Alright. Adding my peppermint oil. Hopefully this will not accelerate my soap. Hopefully it stays beautiful. I don't even know. Okay, so I've got those all together. I don't have one chunk lump of soap now, so I'm really happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead, take my stick blender, get the air bubbles out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it. A couple quick bursts is all I need, so I don't want to overdo it. Then I won't be able to get the swirl. Okay, let's check it. Okay, now it's that nice smooth, so the ricing is now gone, which is what I want. It's not out of trace, so it's emulsified. It's still a liquid, so but this is okay. I might want to try and we'll see. I hope I don't destroy my soap when I do this. I'm gonna burp my blender. Make it a little bit thicker. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and separate my batch. Set this off to the side. Take another container. This is going to be my chocolate color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, add my green, my beautiful green. That's really pretty. Oh, I hope this turns out okay. Guys, I'm so worried. I have no idea. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Chemistry, I tell you what. There have been days where I have wanted to rip my hair out, but you can't do that with hands that are working with lye, because you will literally lose your hair. Okay, I like that. We'll go with that. I'm going to go ahead and take my dark brown and get our chocolate color. Oh guys, I'm so worried. I just don't know if this is gonna work. It's gonna be one heck of an experiment, I think. Haven't seen anyone else put Hershey's chocolate in their soap. Alright, hopefully this is thick enough that the colors will kind of stay separated a little bit and will produce a nice good swirl instead of dropping everything and letting it turn muddy. I want to have clear lines, clear lines. Alright, here goes. Gonna drop from high to low. It's gonna be an in the pot swirl. I think this is gonna turn out okay. I hope. We'll never know. Until about 4 hours when I can unmold this. Alright. I think that'll be okay. Setting this aside, pulling out my molds. Here goes. Hopefully we'll have some beautiful swirls. Oh, this is getting thick quick. Okay, I need to pour faster because this is already trying to set up. Give it a wiggle. That one's going to be more of a minty green, I think. Okay, so now I gotta smooth this mess out. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm not. Well, I'll clean it up best I can, and in about 4 hours or so I'll come back for the unmolding. Okay, it has been about 4 hours. These bars are solid enough. I'm gonna go ahead and remove them from the molds, and we'll see what we have here. Oh, that's really kind of pretty. It's got kind of a mint light chocolate swirl there to it. Let's see how this one looks. Oh, I really like that. That kind of looks like grained wood almost. That's really pretty. So that's that one. Let's see how this one looks. I could have added a little bit more chocolate, I think, to it, and that could have brought out colors, made it a little bit darker. But so far I am really liking how this has turned out. This turned out mostly green. Oh, that's really kind of cool on the sides there. It's a bit tie-dye. I like unmolding the soap because you never know just what kind of patterns you're gonna get. That's really unique. Almost looks like brush swirls there. I really like using these molds, especially for the recipe that I have, because then I don't have to worry about cutting my soap and my soap being too solid. That's cool. I think one of these times I'm just gonna have to try doing those wood grain soaps that people do. See what happens with that. It's really cool. These smell wonderful, by the way, and strangely enough, that chocolate does kind of come through in the fragrance there, even though I didn't add any chocolate fragrance oil. Got only 3 more to do here. These are just super cool. So apparently you can definitely use chocolate in soap making, and it turns out great. So if you like this video, you can come back for more tips and tricks later on. And you guys have a good one out there. Oh, look, a little smiley. Alright, see you guys later. Bye now.